What's up, Taurus? TT is here with a telepathic message from someone's person. All right, this may not resonate with every single Taurus, but be sure to only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. If you've never seen my telepathic messages, let me break it down for you right quick. Okay, so how I do it is I get the person's energy. I also get your energy, Taurus, and I channel the fuck out of it. Okay, so let's jump right into this channel message. Again, if you guys want to get a one question tarot reading with me on July 25th, I'll be hosting a live stream over on my Talk Tequila channel. If you want to book a slot and reserve your time slot with me, you can select that in the description box at the very top. It's only $28. So yeah, treat yourself. So let's go ahead and jump right into this telepathic message. Okay, because this feels like a how do I explain it? This has to be like between two masculine energies. That's what I'm picking up on. But I mean, you could be in your masculine energy, but it feels as if whoever this person is, they feel like they were underhanded. So their energy is showing up as someone that feels defeated by this entire situation. They feel like, Taurus, you chose someone else over them. You've settled down with someone else over them and you're trying to run away from that commitment, but you're criticizing them. So they're kind of looking at you, Taurus, like you made your bed and you need to lie in it or you need to lay in it. But that you're like extremely critical over them and what they decide to do or what they're up to. But you want it out. You want it out of the game. You want it out of the merry-go-round. And at some point you took charge of a situation and you ran away from that situation and straight into another problem. So it's like they're saying that it's not their problem anymore, because you have a relationship or you're involved with someone else. So there's this energy of somebody either wanted you to wait on them, they wanted you to see things from their perspective, they wanted you to put up a fight for them. Okay, it's giving games. Two could play that game type of energy here. The genders don't matter, right? But it's about the principles for this person. So before we get into your energy, Taurus, like I said, this person they feel like they suggested something to you or they offered you an opportunity at a unconventional relationship or some type of open relationship for some of you. For many of you, it feels like maybe they communicated with you when they could, but they couldn't communicate to you all the times, and that was a problem. And something about the communication wasn't consistent, and that was a problem for you. So now they're saying that you're looking at them very critically, as if they failed to do what was necessary to be in a relationship with you or be with you. Like they didn't have what it took. Okay, Taurus? So it's like they're saying that you feel like they're defeated, but they're saying that they're not defeated. Actually, you're just upset because you ran away from them and you realized that all the other connections out there were not them. And now you're trying to come back. Some of you, you're trying to come back and you're trying to get them back. And then for others of you, it feels as if they have some embarrassment about your choices. Like they don't really agree with some of the choices that you've made in love. They don't really agree with how you've been loyal to certain people that didn't give a shit about you. But now that you are, ready to come back, or you're ready to put in the work or something to that degree, take charge of the situation, it's a little too late. Doesn't matter anyway. All the right things to say. No, you're just a little too late. Yeah, so there's something about not having the right, this person didn't say the right things that made you feel appreciated. And you're putting all the blame on them. But they're saying that you played a role in this entire situation as well. And you took the easier way out versus communicating with this person. This person is saying that you were just as prideful as they were. So now you're making a lot of moves and you're making a lot of changes and you're trying to get far away from them. But they're like the ghost of Christmas past that follows you around forever and ever. Okay, Taurus? So if that resonates with you and you feel like this person's energy sits like that, then this may be a telepathic message for you. For Taurus, your energy is showing up for me as, been around the world and I can't find my baby. I don't know where, I don't know why. Why you drive me crazy or something like that. Your energy is showing up as someone that's trying to conquer this situation. You're trying to move on. You're trying to move on fast. As far away from this connection as possible. You feel like it was an experience that took you on a ride. It is also the experience that possibly put you on a spiritual journey. With this Buddha energy here and tarot, it's like you had to seek God in order to recover after this connection. This could have been a bad breakup between you and this person. Y'all could have lived together for some time, went your separate ways. I'm also picking up a second energy that's showing up for you, Taurus, and this is someone that wants to fight for their connection. They're very inspired to fight for their connection. They want to build with you. They want to learn from the past situations and create a life with you. This could be a reconciliation for some of you. And for others of you, it feels as if all roads leads right back to this energy. Whether it's in this person or in other people. It's like you can manifest and daydream and try to resist this person's energy. But some way, somehow, they're always right behind you or they're always so close to you. Y'all may be also in this energy of like night and day. Taurus, I'm also picking up this energy for you where you have a lot of achievements happening for you. You have a lot of optimism and unexpected income coming towards you. If you've been trying to manifest a home, okay, with this real estate card, build a home with someone, invest in wealth or establish some type of security in a home. I am seeing that as the goal here. The why. Now, the principle energy is pretty much Spirit saying is the principles is what keeps you guys both prideful in your stance, right? So this person's principles of what they believe keeps them prideful. Your principles and what you believe keeps you prideful. And it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. This person feels like you keep tabs of every little thing that they do, right and wrong, and you have more leniency for your choices, but when it comes to theirs, they can't fuck up. They can't make a mistake. You analyze it with a fine-tooth comb. They try to suggest options and you're like, no, that doesn't make any sense. So there's a second energy that kind of feels as if you are selective with how nice you are towards them. You're selective. You're always 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out the door. If they don't do the things that you want them to do and they're not behaving properly, you tend to escape or try to find something else to work on because this feels too hard or too difficult. So let's get some tarot cards and see what this person wants to say. What does this person want to say? What do they need Taurus to know? The Nine of Wands. This is hard. No matter who it is, Nine of Wands, this is hard. Y'all either been through some things or they've been through a lot in their life and they have trust issues. Straight up. They're defensive because they have trust issues. They've watched everything that they love obliterate in the past. They are barely holding on right as they are right now. And they feel like they can't catch a break. But at the same time, they want to feel like you care, like you love them. They want to feel the compassion and the love for you. It feels like, again, two energies. On one person's perspective, they feel like you were the closest person to ever get them to put their guards down and to trust another person again. And you gave up on them. Right? Just like everybody else. And then the second energy that's coming through is saying that y'all have been through some things and you are no longer interested in being loving, compassionate, and, you know, it takes two to tango. Like, you're not, this is like living with someone or being in a relationship with someone, but your head and your mind and your heart is somewhere else. And that being a very difficult road to tread with you. Like, they've always felt like they could never compare to someone else in your life. Like, you love them, but your heart is not in it. With this Two of Cups energy, it's with someone else. But they're the ones sticking it out with you. They're the ones going through the bad days with you. This other person isn't there. This other person isn't providing for you. They're not fighting for you. They're not coming up with ways to get on your good side or to repair whatever connection you guys have had, but you're looking out elsewhere and they're not good enough. Both of these energies feel like you have had journeys of endurance with them. But they're saying like you run away from conflict. You run away from situations that make you feel like it's going to be a long journey or a long task of achievement. If it doesn't feel easy, you don't want it. That's what they're saying. And that both of them are saying that they're always waiting for a sign from you, Taurus, that you're interested, or waiting for a sign from you that they're good enough. Like, you hold some type of spiritual precedence over them. Like, both of these energies feel like you're comparing them to some perfect spiritual guru or some perfect spiritual energy that they could never amount to, because that's not who they are in the physical form yet. And when they don't show up in the spiritual form that you want, it's difficult for you to connect with them on a physical level because they lack the spiritual elevation. That's what I'm hearing with this Buddha card here. They lack the spiritual elevation. So a lot of you are having this connection of having these types of connections where you have a spiritual resonance with a particular energy. This could be the potential of both these energies, but because they're not spiritually developed yet to the capacity in which you want to receive them, you're not willing to stick around to see that develop in any of these energies. It's like, I don't want to be there while you're learning how to be spiritual. I don't want to be there while you're learning how to be on a high vibration. I want to meet the person already at that level. And then we're going to just ride off into the sunset like some fantasy. And we're going to commit to each other and have this high level of commitment that is written in the stars, is written in the books. And that's what I'm looking for. So both of these energies are pretty much saying like, none of them are good enough for you. None of them are good enough for you where they are right now. And you're treating all of them as if they are potential to be what you vision in them. But because they are not living this way, or they don't reflect that, you don't have the patience for them to expand or to grow and become who they could potentially become. So somewhere in this energy, you're coming up, Taurus, as masculine energy. Like I said, male or female, you're coming up as very dominant. You're in a conqueror type of energy. It's like catch up or get left behind. But I'm not sticking around as you figure out how to become the person that I believe you are. I need you to wake up. I need you to spiritually ascend. Otherwise, we can't be together. So I'm seeing two different plateaus, right? A lot of these relationship connections, it's not that they're karmic. What I feel like is there's this INFJ type of energy where you're assuming that they're not desiring to be on your level spiritually, but that's not the case. It's almost as if you have this psychic ability to see what's required in order to achieve a specific type of spiritual guru or spiritual high vibrational connection. You have experienced this in the spirit, but their 3D version of themselves hasn't ascended to that level, right? So you're showing up in this energy of, well, go out there, deal with the karmics and get the experience that you need, the training that you need. Go see that what life is about so you can become who I need you to be for a relationship with me. And I'll wait for the spiritual version of you. But these are like soulmates that are soulmates to you in some form. But it's having an adverse effect because they feel like it's risky to be in love with you. Like you're a fantasy that someone could never obtain. And that's because I think what's happening here is you don't know how to be karmic. Let me explain. You don't know how to be a karmic soulmate to these partners in order for them to develop into the spiritual ascended version of themselves. You're not trying to get it out the mud with these people. You're not trying to character develop with them. You want them to be on your level, which means that you've gone through experiences in life that has helped you cultivate this level of leadership, cultivate this level of status and achievement spiritually. So, of course, your energy is reading to them as being underdeveloped, childish, unable to live up to your expectations of perfection. And it doesn't intimidate them. It's a turnoff. It's a turnoff to the human experience. You're turned off to the human mundane experience as a way to escape reality. You have your head in the clouds and you're looking down in a descended way of like, when is their 3D lifestyle going to catch up to the 5D? You get what I'm saying? Hierophant, superiority, hierarchy. You're beneath me. So energetically, they feel as if they don't have what it takes to complete the spiritual journey and build from the ground up with you, because you're building from the 5D down versus being involved in your 3D human experience to build from the ground up to the spiritual realm. It's not equally yoked. And I know a lot of times, based off principles and study, right, they'll say you want to build from the spirit, right? You want to build from that spiritual connection, and that's the foundation that solidifies all of the physical attributes of a relationship, the emotional attributes of a relationship. So I do see where your perspective is, to the average human being, condescending. But you're trying to achieve a relationship of perfection. But at the same time, you may have come across people that are perfect role models of that, right? Other spiritual leaders, other spiritual gurus, or other spiritual, I don't know, Christ himself, right? Did it, so you should have it already together, or it's just not, you're just not it. But I feel like there's a lot about the journey that Christ went through in order to ascend into this ascended master 5D energy. The trials and tribulations that he went through are not really televised or often considered when we think about the things that he had to go through to live from his experience and to learn from his experience and to become that ascended master, the Hierophant, essentially. Because look, with the Nine of Wands, this is telling me that this is someone that's going through real life hardships. The Nine of Wands is so uncomfortable. Difficulties, financial difficulties, romantically, difficulties in all areas of their life. They've lost things. They've lost stability. They've lost fights. They've lost wars. Majority of them, they've lost the war when it comes to relationship, because no one has the patience to bring out, no one knows how to nurture these types of soulmates in order to bring out their greatness. And even if you have the spiritual capacity to see it in this person, you don't have the patience for how long it takes for them to become the person that you love. Now, for those of you where there's a reconciliation involved, I feel as if the separation that you guys have been through has spiritually evolved them, that person or that energy. However, because of the things that you went through in order for them to get to that level, you now have apprehension about trusting that person because they're not perfect to the point where they didn't make mistakes to begin with. And because they've made mistakes in the past, it's difficult to forgive them and see them in new energy, to see them in a new ascended energy. How many great leaders have made mistakes, right? And have done things that they were not proud of, but continue to look for opportunities to show themselves approved. This is pretty much saying is that you don't really care to show no one approved. You're like, next. I'm standing my ground. No, all y'all want me. You're not on my level. I don't want you. You're karmic. That's what I'm picking up here. And I feel like with principles here of what it takes to build a solid foundation is what you have to remember. You have 8 and 9. To get to that next chapter, you have to build solid foundation roots. And it looks like interaction. It looks like time and separation, time together, time and separation again, and giving each other grace, I'm hearing. Interesting. So, okay, Taurus. You're saying that this person has been like cold. They've been cold. They've been, and it's been emotionally draining towards you to look into this situation or to open back up. Like, I'm not giving that part of myself to anybody because I have to be cold. I have to be wise about this situation. I can't let someone conquer me. And so it's like you keep your love sacred. as a safety mechanism, keeping your love sacred, making them earn it. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with that, but I'm just picking up the energy and the vibe until the right person comes along. You're worth the wait. You're worth the sacrifice. You're worth more. Court me, date me, get to know me, things like that. I'm also seeing from my masculine energies, your perspective is, I'm cold towards these connections because I'm looking for the right one. I'm saving my love for someone that actually deserves it. In the meantime, I'm not going to date. I'm not going to commit. I'm not going to settle down. I don't have much nice things to say because they're cold, so I'm cold. So this is like hurt people hurting people energy. And this is the cycle that also wants to be learned and closed out. I am picking up like with the Knight of Cups energy, I feel like you want action. You want romance. You want love. You want, someone to do something compassionate, thoughtful. I don't know if that's writing a letter, sending a message, or doing something romantic in general. I feel like your feminine energy wants to be adorned. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that will make you feel safe to open up your heart to these types of connection. Because if you notice all this energy over here, it's more dark, it's more cloudy, murky. But when we talk about the Two of Cups, there's this path or this moment in time where when they think about you, or when they feel the emotions of your love, the feelings, when they remember those things, nostalgia probably for most of them, like all that dark clouds go away. So they are associating your love to some type of release. They're associating your love to some type of safety, some type of savior type of energy. I get this. They really care a lot about what you say, Taurus, and how you say it, because they look at you like some type of star. Like you can't be upset at me, Taurus. Like if you were upset at any of these energies, it hurts. It hurts really bad. I feel like you trigger their inner child wounds here. To make you upset or to disappoint you feels equivalent to disappointing themselves in a lot of ways. And so it keeps them coming back, trying to understand, what did I do wrong and how can I fix it? Because how you perceive these energies, it feels like they can't escape or outrun you even if you guys are miles away. So they long for you. What's this person's next actions towards Taurus? 5 of Pentacles. Oh, look at the 5 of Pentacles. It's like this person's like, I'm not good enough. I don't have enough. I'm not enough. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough resources. I don't have enough material things. It feels like a lot of them have this energy of wanting to splurge on you. Wanting to upgrade themselves so that way they can build up the strength to approach you again. And if they're not in that energy of having anything of value to offer you, they feel like it's a waste of time because you would kind of chew them up and spit them out. And some of them get defensive as well. And I feel like that's why they're always manifesting you to come towards them. Yeah, they're always manifesting you to come towards them. But I feel like when you get the wind that they are trying to redirect you, when you get the spiritual inclination that they're trying to manifest you or call you back in, you become like, oh, hell no. Knight of Swords. You're trying to manipulate me. You're trying to make me do something I don't want to do. And it's because they call on your energy. They want you to check on them and see how they're doing. They do want to know you care. Kind of like how a child would want to know that if their mother still loves them. There's this energy of wanting, it's not to be chased, but it's attention, wanting attention. Wanting to celebrate, wanting to have good memories, wanting your love, your nurture, and wanting to feel as if they're special enough to get that from you, Taurus. And I feel like you won't give them the gratification. It's like you start to view it as them sucking on your energy, harvesting your energy, trying to do moon magic on you, trying to seduce you, trying to make you put down your boundaries and your standards. And so this is why their next actions towards you is just to fight you, to let you go, to grieve you. Because they feel like on a spiritual level, behind the scenes, they've done all that they could to kind of call you in with the moon energy. Call your name, think about you late at night, fantasize about you. They feel like they've tried everything. Two of Wands, they've been unsuccessful. So the next thing that's going to happen next is aggression. They're going to take that pain, that abandonment, and then they're going to boss up. That's what I'm seeing here. They're taking that pain and that rejection and like bossing themselves up, going back to their war stage. Like, fuck it. I'm returning back to that version of me that's a savage. I mean, Taurus, if y'all got this type of effect on somebody, god damn. Where does Taurus stand with these connections or these soulmates that are coming through? Five of Cups. You miss them. You miss. There's a loss here, energy here. They're in the Five of Cups. You're in the Five of Cups. They're in the Five of Pentacles. For some of you, they have a tendency of wanting to like show you up. Like, you thought I was nothing. You thought I wasn't going to be great. This is like, you know, when you're a kid, you tell them you need to go to college, you need to make something of yourself, you need to be somebody, you need to work on your spiritual stuff, you need to do, right? And then they say, oh, well, I just want to work at Walmart. And it's like, what? All that potential, you gonna work at Walmart? What the fuck? Why would you do that? Okay, go ahead, go work at Walmart. See how that works out for you. So there's that spiritual criticism, whether it was said out loud or said in the thought process, where this person has felt like scarred. So as a way to prove you wrong, they go in this Knight of Wands energy, becoming a player or just finding someone else that will validate for them that they are worthy of love, in search of real love that they felt with you but wasn't able to maintain or keep. You won't allow any of them to conquer you. You won't allow any of them to lead you. You won't allow any of them to assert themselves in your life. If they do, you shut it down now. Clarify this Five of Cups. Page of Wands. Yeah, it's like you feel like you mourn the potential of what y'all could have been. There's this energy of I mourn the potential of what we could have been. Had you allowed me to guide you, had you allowed me to lead you or take you to, like I showed you to the well, but I couldn't make you drink. It's like, had you trusted me enough to drink and take my advice when I told you to, we could have avoided this entire pitfall. But I feel like the principle here that Spirit is saying is that they too are just as strong as you are. And if you didn't like no one telling you what to do, what makes you think that they would like you telling them what to do or being overly critical over them and how long it takes them to learn? No one could make you learn any faster, Taurus, but you don't have that same type of empathy and compassion for their level of development. At this point, you feel like they should have it by now. But let's say, for example, this person was someone that was in relationships for years, and with that one person, they were only able to learn so much. Even if they're in their 30s or 40s, they still need to get out there and experience things with other people that will let them learn with them and grow with them. So you've been constantly shutting the door as a way of like, well, that's their loss. Now I'm going to be the thing that they always think about. I'm going to be the person that they always wish they could have. I'm going to be the inspiration for them. Martyring yourself in so many ways, like, because they lost me, now they're growing up. But you see here with the Queen of Swords, this is pretty much saying that this is also emotionally detached from the human experience. Now, you may still have emotions and things like that, but to allow another person to hurt you, you be damned. 5 of Cups. It'll be their loss before it's yours. And that's the way that you emotionally protect yourself from being hurt ever again, is by keeping everybody, even these soulmates, at arms, like on the other side of the world. Don't come over here near me. Tower card. So I feel like that's what they're meant to teach you in some capacity. Now, I don't know how they're going to teach that to you, but this is a tower moment, an epiphany, a realization. You want this person to realize what they've lost. But I feel like the tower is really here for you, Taurus, because they're only shining light on the fact that you're hurting and you are in pain and you are grieving and you are missing love and companionship. And part of you, because of that pain, you've kind of locked in this some type of lesson with these energies or these soulmates where they have to come back and help you heal, because you're the one that put them under that spell of if you do right, until you do right by me, you'll never experience love. That's that kind of casted out spell here. You've casted them out of the land of milk and honey. You've exiled them. But that exile, the statement of that exile, is the source of your pain, just like in practical magic. And this is also why when they keep coming up around during retrograde, is to reflect on how this connection or these connections have hindered you or allowed you to believe, like, fall for a fantasy of your own construct. This is a fantasy of your own construct, of your own belief. As a way to protect yourself, you casted this spell over yourself. This is like trying to move forward, right? And ignore this entire situation and never really go into it and ask yourself, okay, what is this about me? Why do I feel like I need to control the situation or protect myself so many times when we're all just developing and learning? Why is it so hard for me as a Taurus to accept someone else's defeat or someone else's failures? Because I get this energy where, for the most part, they're pretty optimistic. But in going long periods of feeling worthless will cause a person to kind of snap. And I feel like there's this snapping energy where they say to themselves, if you can't beat them, join them, right? I want to be different. But not even the person that I love can perceive me any better than what I've shown them. And so they feel defeated. Like, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. But it's like right underneath that, right underneath all that blow up and that explosion, there's retreat, there's healing, there's love. Look at that. 2 King of Swords. Wait, the King and Queen of Swords and the King and Queen of Cups. So this is pretty much saying there's layers to the both of you guys, or all of y'all. The Chariot. And I do feel like this is moving forward. How to get you guys to move forward beyond this lesson that these soulmates and you guys were trying to learn from each other. Yeah, pretty much how to set yourselves free from obsessing over. This is obsessing over what though? What are they obsessing over? How long something has taken, obsessing over how long something has taken, how long someone has waited. There's also this energy of obsessively being a workaholic as a way to avoid the feelings associated with these types of connections. The Page of Pentacles. There's a lot of confusion here. I feel like both of y'all are confused. Y'all are not getting the message. 2 of Swords. You're not getting the message. Ace of Wands. Because y'all are 2 prideful people. The 2 of Swords is pretty much saying y'all not getting the offer or the message that are being presented to you guys. The both of you. Talking yourselves out of it is how you cope, how you deal. But the truth is, the drama revolved around the situation has created so much embarrassment for the both of you that it keeps both of you away from each other. Like, I'm embarrassed by this. I'm embarrassed that I let this person do this to me, so I'm staying away from them. I'm embarrassed that I care too much about this Taurus, so I'm staying away from that Taurus. It's embarrassment. And this desire to never let each other make a fool out of one another ever again. And never, ever will I. This is fill in the blanks. And that statement in itself is a spiritual curse. The Star, yes. So when y'all are ready, y'all can just blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Yeah, say something. Blow the whistle. I always say to myself, when you finally get it off your chest and tell someone how you feel, regardless of what they say, it's spiritually relieving to you as the individual, because you know you got it out. You said you left nothing left unturned. So this is leaving no stone left unturned, no conversation left unread or unsaid. Even if you write it to yourself, that's what I'm seeing here, it's still gonna read in the ethers. Because you're trying to be renewed. You're trying to be reborn. A totally different person. So even if you don't end up with this person or in these types of situations, it's also your liberation. By taking from these situations and creating the closure, establishing that closure, it's going to help you live a better life. Seven of Pentacles. Because you make a decision to move forward. And for some of you, it'll be a new person that you will invest in. For others of you, it will be, you know, wishing that you guys finally can have the life that you want. 10 of Pentacles. After feeling defeated and hurt by one another. Both options are present for the both of you. Depends on your perspective, though. It takes teamwork to make the dream work. And you can't come into a situation with fear. Fear is the absence of God. And that is where you go back to being emotionally discontent about your life, what you're doing, why you're even with a person. Yeah, why do you love them? Why do you need a why. And I feel like that gives birth to your confidence that you've been waiting to experience. It's like, I'm coming out of my old skin, out of my old body, out of my old way of thinking, out of my old everything. Queen of Wands. Now you're more powerful and successful, and you understand the reason why these soulmates come into your life, the reason why the both of you go through so much to realize who you really are. That's what these soulmates are helping the both of you do, is helping you stay in alignment and focused on the things that do matter versus the things that don't matter. Okay. I can do bad all by myself. I'm sure. But even if you are doing bad all by yourself, Spirit is pretty much still saying the principles of the lessons in which you gain from these soulmates is worth the time. Because at the end of the day, it's a part of your contract. It's a part of your evolution and your self-development. That's what I'm seeing here. So, Taurus, I'm sending you lots of love, wisdom, and guidance on your journey. And I'll see you guys July 25th over on my YouTube channel, Talk Tequila. For those that did purchase a question, your time slots are already reserved. And I will just make sure you put the right email and phone number or whatever the contact information is. So that way they will send you updates and emails, giving you a countdown of when the reading will start. Also letting you know if you leave the stream, you don't have to stick around and wait, because the app is going to let you know and manage it for you. So they will text you, call you, whatever contact information you use as a way to let you know it's your turn. They'll even let you know how many people are before you. So yeah, just come hang out. If you don't want to purchase a reading, I'll be live on my YouTube channel. All that information is in the top of the description. Just follow the link for the live stream tarot reading. All right. Bye, Taurus.